holding back most accounting business owners? The number one belief. So, in this kind of business model, it's 90% is going to be like mindset. Now, there's 80-20 principles, like 80% is mindset, 20% strategy, but if I could really like be completely honest, it's really 90-10, right? Because like if you can just get your mindset right, and if you can just do the right thought processes, you're going to naturally follow the course of actions that are required in order for you to have success and in order for you to be successful, both short term and long term. Now, one belief silently holds back most accountants, and let's unpack it and place with something a little bit stronger. Okay. Also, if you ever want some help with any of this stuff about growing your accounting business, like maybe you've been thinking about starting your business, but it's just, there's so much stuff that's like in front of you, and you're just like, hey, I want some help getting this thing started, right? Click the link inside the description below the video, either in the description or the comments section, to see if I can help you inside of our mentorship program, which we literally help you go from pricing your services, marketing your services, selling your services, and reaching that, 5K to 10K to 15K mark that most people are looking for so you can start living a life of freedom. Okay. Let's jump back into this video. So the limiting belief is I'm just an accountant, not a business owner. Now, the reason why it's important is because it leads us to undercharging, poor marketing, and small goals. And also it causes you to be stuck working in the business, not on the business. Now, this belief actually comes from traditional training, technical work, and entrepreneurship, right? So they think that technical work is greater than entrepreneurship. Give me one sec. But they have a fear of being salesy or bragging. And I was talking to one of the students in our mentorship program the other day, and he's like, I want to make sure that like, I'm coming across as people, and like I want to like tell them about my service, but I don't want to be salesy. I was like, okay, let's take a step back. So in order for a business owner to be making $1 million per year, what's the number one skill set they have to have? I don't know. It's sales. Because think about it, to even get clients in the first place, or even start any kind of business, you have to be able to sell a product or sell a service. So that means there are some industries I understand where it doesn't involve a lot of selling, but in most industries, there are some level of sales. They have some form of sales team. Now, they do not use the word salesy. They say, I need to go make money. I need to go and sell this product. I need to go sell this service. I need to go get my team on board with the mission I'm trying to do. That's all sales. And a lot of these guys, especially when they start making a lot of money, they brag, right? We love bragging, love talking about ourselves, love talking about the hard work that you did, right? They don't even think of the phrase bragging. That is generally a term by people who have a different identity of the word humble and humility, and it causes them to kind of like not really resonate with the people that we're speaking with. And that's just a lack of just knowing and like mentorship, right? Now, how does this actually show up daily? Hesitating to raise our prices, right? Sometimes you're like, oh, I don't know if I should raise my price. I don't know if I should charge the high price, 'cause I don't want people to feel like they can't afford it. Number two, avoiding marketing activities. Just like that guy was saying, like, I don't want to appear salesy, so I can't be doing marketing or posting on social media because then people are going to think I'm bragging about myself. Also, taking any client out of fear. I had to take this client, even though they only want to pay me $100 a month. I had to take this client on because I need to get clients. That's out of fear, or feeling guilty about making money. I've seen people where it's like they make 5K in a month and they're like, oh, it's too easy, and they sabotage themselves. Right? I'll give you an example. So one of our students, there's actually two stories. So this is not just for accountants. This is most business owners. I knew a dentist, and he was saying that in the dentist industry that there was a stigma against advertising. They just don't advertise the same way like a lawyer because they don't want to feel like they're like, seen as chasing an ambulance kind of thing. And this led his business not to make as much money as what he could have. There was a guy up the street who's literally advertising 10 times harder on TV, on Facebook, everywhere. And he had a thriving practice versus other guy was like, yeah, I'll take the moral high road and just not advertise myself. I'm like, that's stupid, right? Um, yeah, but it just happens all the time, just all the time that there's like these little beliefs, and it's just like if you can overcome these mindsets and like really make sure that you can grow, it's going to be way easier. So I'll give you another story. One of our students named Joanne. So when she was starting her program, she had a bunch of clients. She had like clients that were like paying her like $100 a month, $50 a month, $150 a month, $100 a quarter, and she was doing about $850 a month with doing the program. Now she'd been in business for about a year and a half, at $850 a month, which, for somebody like, well, she's not starting at scratch or at zero, Bryce. But let me tell you, keep listening. We literally had to fire almost every single one of her clients and then rebuild from scratch. So her first client inside of our program, she got for $800 a month. Then she got another one for about $1,500 a month. Then she got another one for like $1,000 a month. She made it to about 10 grand per month. It took her about 40 days to get to about 10 grand per month, right? But it came from just shifting her mindset that people were willing to pay her a higher price point. She deserved to charge a good price point, right? For her, when she was growing up and stuff, um, money was always tight. So she felt that like, yeah, if you charge right price or if you like, try to make a lot of money, you're focused, like it's not good. You're not being the best human being you possibly can be, right? And there was just a lot of mindset things that she had to overcome. When she overcame it, it was very, very simple. Now, replacing the belief, okay? So you got to think about yourself instead of just thinking of yourself as I'm an accountant. I am a CEO who happens to specialize in accounting. Okay. That will cause you to think of business differently, right? Because what do you have to do for business? You have to sell, you have to market, you have to bring on a team member eventually, right? You have to make sure your prices are competitive. You also have to make sure that your margin is good versus just a person that's just focusing on the work, right? So you have to be thinking about that full person of a business. Now, your business deserves to thrive, grow, and be profitable. Okay. Like you can do all that while helping people. I don't know why people are like, I want to help people. So you can do both. You can make money while helping people. Usually, the more money you're making, the more people you're helping in a lot of cases, or the more deeply you're helping one client. So, some new actions from this belief, okay? This will allow you to start pricing more confidently based on value. It's going to allow you to start doing more strategic marketing to bring out your ideal client. You're going to be more selective when you're onboarding. So, I'm not just going to take on every client. If a client does not kind of fit the mold, does not really match the personality or the whatever I'm looking for, I'm not going to bring them on. I'm going to start thinking more like a leader rather than just kind of like hoping that I don't die or hoping my business stays alive. Okay. Some daily reinforcements and some daily mindset affirmations. My business deserves success. Okay. Say that to yourself. Write that down over and over and over again. Surround yourself with growth minded peers. Too many of us are trying to start a business, but the only people we know are our immediate family, like maybe you have kids and a spouse, or maybe the people at your job. And that's just not enough because those most times, if you're talking to the same people, that you're talking to now and you don't have the outcomes you want in life, that means you're going to continue to get the same outcomes because you're thinking the same way. Remember, this is 90% about how you think, right? So you have to start surrounding yourself with people that are also starting a business, people that are also ahead of you, the people that are also like knowing more about business than you, because then you start pulling up towards their level rather than like everyone else to bring you back down to theirs. Okay. And then start celebrating every single wins daily. Now, if you want some help stepping into this role of a CEO and you want to be able to make sure that you can grow your business in the shortest time period possible, click the link inside the description either above or below the video. Let's book a call. Let's see if I can help you inside of a mentorship program. The overarching goal of the mentorship program is to help you build a life that you enjoy living, where you can spend as much time with your family as you want. You can be able to travel the world if that's what you choose, and you'll be able to live life on your own terms. That's what I want for you inside of a mentorship program. Okay. So just to recap, so identify your beliefs, slowing you down, replace I'm just an accountant with I'm the CEO, and act daily from your new identity. Okay. Hopefully you have a good day. I'll talk to you soon. See you later.